Welcome back. Good Karma Wrestling. Brian Rhodes with you. May 9th, Ticketmaster.com. Tickets are on sale. Summerslam 2024 coming live from Cleveland. And joining us now to talk about it, he's a Cleveland native himself. It is Johnny Wrestling. Johnny Gargano joins us. Tickets for fans go on sale tomorrow, but from your perspective, how much are you already getting bothered for tickets in Cleveland come SummerSlam?
Oh, boy. So it's bad enough to where my own mother, offered to buy her own tickets. She's like, I know a lot of people are gonna want tickets from you. When tickets go on sale, like I'm just telling everyone, like we need to buy our own tickets. Like Johnny can't get 100 tickets. He just can't do it. So my own mother is offering to buy her own tickets. So it's that bad at this point.
Well, everyone needs to follow Johnny's mom. Ticketmaster.com, May 9th. Tickets on sale. It'll be live on Peacock August 3rd, but you'll also be there in Cleveland. We'll start with some Cleveland stuff. We air on ESPN Cleveland. You're a big Cleveland sports fan. Your teams are doing well right now, so I'll give you a tough one right here. What happens first, Guardians World Series or Browns Super Bowl?
Ooh, I mean, come on. So the Guardians are doing great. We didn't even mention the Cavs. I mean, come on, the Cavs that's an option as well. Cavs
but you've seen them win a title before.
You're still going
you've
well.
Seen that one. They're not as suffering.
I have seen that one. That's true. Good point. I think that the Guardians are very, very young. So given that, I'm gonna go with the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns Super Bowl before the Guardians World Series.
You heard it first here on GKW. For you, I'm sure it's been a whirlwind of a year. You had a WrestleMania moment alongside Tommaso Ciampa. Now that we're about a month removed, how much have you been able to sit back and realize, wow, that really did just happen?
Man, I really wish I could live in the moment. I really wish I'm one of those people that I can just appreciate things as they come, but I don't. I really, really don't. And I don't think it's hit me yet that I wrestled at Wrestle Freaking Mania. Like, literally, my childhood dream came true. I wrestled at WrestleMania, and that still isn't something that has resonated with me. I think it's something that maybe a year or 2 or 10, or hopefully not 50 years down the line, or maybe 50 if I live that long, great. Then I think I'll sit back and be like, man, you did some pretty amazing things in your career. So it hasn't hit me yet, but hopefully one day I'll sit back and realize, man, you had a pretty cool life.
When it comes to your career, we chatted with you when you were a free agent, and you talked about where you were and eventually was that mentally and physically to just take time off and not be in the ring every single week?
It was a blessing, man. Everything worked out the way it was supposed to. Honestly, like the fact that we were able to take time, like Candace was pregnant, for her to have the baby, for me to be home during that time period and help out as much as I could. Like it literally was a blessing. And for everything to work out the way it did, to come back with Triple H, a guy I have so much respect for, not just as a leader, but as a human being. To work directly side by side with him. That was the reason I was in NXT for so long, because I genuinely enjoy working with that man, and to be able to do it again now in a larger scale, it truly is just something that I could not have I wish for, but I could not have imagined it would have played out the way it did.
Johnny Gargano with us here. Tickets on sale May 9th for SummerSlam in Cleveland. We see it on your YouTube page. You got a vlog sort of having your travels and everything that is being the life of a pro wrestler. How important is it to have that squad with you? The Gargano, or your Gargano, Ciampa, how important is that for you to have that squad?
I'm extremely lucky. Like not everyone gets, I think that's the hardest part about what we do is leaving your family. Obviously we don't travel with the baby as much. We don't travel with Quill as much, but to be able to travel with my wife side by side, my best friend, it makes a world of difference. Like for instance, this past week I was in France for like 30 hours. I flew 15 hours, did one show in France, was there like basically a day, and flew 15 hours back, and that was all by myself. So to be able to travel with my wife whenever I can, I'm extremely lucky. Like it's something that makes a world of difference, because people will always tell you the wrestling, I'll do wrestling for free. It's the travel that I want to get paid for, because the travel is the worst part of it all.
I mean, so we'll go to that on your Twitter, Johnny Gargano. We saw it. It was Gargano versus Styles in France. Photo credit to Bailey, correct? Right? Bailey gets credit for that video.
Yeah,
there?
Bailey took that video. Yes, it was a Bailey video. Bailey sent it to Candace. She
Okay.
said, "How cool, Quill? How cool is it? His dad's wrestling AJ Styles in France right now, which is
So
pretty wild.
what?
It goes
Yes.
to show you need to go to WWE live events. You never know what's going to happen. You never know if Johnny Gargano is going to fly 15 hours, wrestle one show in France, and AJ Styles. So you got to be there. You never know when that's going to happen."
What was it like in front of that crowd? We saw it as fans watching Backlash this weekend. For you being in the ring, what was that like?
So NXT did a show in France a couple years ago, and the crowd was absolutely insane. One of our favorite crowds of all time. As everyone has watched now, like crowds in France are absolutely so amazing, so unique. And I mentioned the 15 hours of travel. It was well worth it. I would have traveled 30 hours to wrestle in front of that crowd because that crowd was absolutely electric, absolutely insane. And I promise you, for everyone out there, it makes a world of difference. If you are giving energy, it makes the world of difference in our performance. So please, everyone follow their lead. Be loud, be crazy. I know Cleveland's going to be crazy at SummerSlam. I know that for a fact because I'm a Cleveland guy and the Cleveland crowds are amazing. So please follow their lead. Be awesome for us. We really appreciate it.
Cleveland, August 3rd, SummerSlam tickets on sale, May 9th, Ticketmaster.com. You're a wrestling guy like the rest of us. What's the SummerSlam memory that sticks out for you that you look back and say, that's the one I'll always remember and hope to, one day top it myself?
So SummerSlam 1996 in the Gund Arena was the very first
Okay.
show I ever went to as a fan. That was the night that I decided I need to become a professional wrestler. I need to do this. I needed to work for WWE one day. And the fact that SummerSlam 28 years later is returning to Cleveland, Ohio, Cleveland Brown Stadium, and I'm an active member of the roster. I have a chance to wrestle at SummerSlam in Cleveland 28 years later after I decided I wanted to become a wrestler because of SummerSlam in Cleveland. It just feels like destiny, man.
How much have you being in the moment, but how crazy is it to say at the Brown Stadium? It's one thing to say, oh, yeah, we're the cat, but you guys are running football stadiums now. So how crazy is that for you as a fan?
Yeah. It's even wilder. So I had my senior prom at Cleveland Brown Stadium. I
Okay.
had my 30th birthday party at Cleveland Brown Stadium. I have spent countless Sundays in Cleveland Browns Stadium as a Browns fan. And when I was younger, Browns weren't great. Everyone knows this. So I don't know how many fourth quarters I spent in those stands, up in the nosebleed section, just daydreaming of the possibility of a WWE event being in that stadium. And I never thought it would happen. I thought it was like the craziest, wildest dream that would never come true. There's no way WWE would run Cleveland Brown Stadium. Like it's open air. Like it's not that huge of a market. Like all that stuff you hear about it. I didn't just think it would happen. But the fact that it's finally happening is amazing to me. It's literally the dream. My literal dream of wrestling in that stadium could come true. And that's the coolest thing in the world for me.
Senior proms, Johnny Wrestling's 30th birthday, SummerSlam 24, the list of big time events coming to Brown Stadium. Get your tickets May 9th, Ticketmaster.com, August 3rd from Cleveland, SummerSlam 24. We look forward to seeing what you do on that show. Johnny Wrestling, thanks so much for the time and best of luck with everything the rest of the year.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you very much.